Good afternoon and good evening. How are you guys doing today? Well, I'm waiting for them to come because I don't got that email address. You know, how are you guys doing today? And meanwhile, we're going to chat a little bit. Hey, Jen, what's up? That's waiting for them. It's not singing here. Not singing. I, I hope I, f- Jen, I forgot this weekend. It's a holiday weekend. You know, I hope that don't. I hope that don't have on plans. You know. Ah, oh man, that's waiting, guys. What's up? Okay, here. Let's see. I'm waiting for the I'm waiting for the record. Here's the link for corner because I want to answer some questions. You know. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Jen. Thank you. That's good. Okay. What's up, genius? How you doing? We're we're waiting for another guest, Ado. Let me know when you're ready for corner for the link, okay? You guys, you guys, it's not an interview at all. It's an update all about. It's an update. Well, what happened a couple days ago? You know, it's not that you interview. No. Okay. You want you want to go up there and here's the link for corner. Okay, here's the link, guys. Okay, 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 okay. You want you guys want to come up, or you guys want to? You want me? You guys want to come up, or you want me to tell the questions on in the chat? It's up to you guys. How you doing, Four Corner? How you doing?
I'm doing good. At work right now.
Is for the records coming up on the panel or
Uh,
no?
it's his first time ever gonna go. His first time gonna go on panel. That's what I kind of have to tell him that you just press on the links and it'll tell you what to do and to get on panel. So
It
if there's some,
says device not connected.
oh, his device.
Yes,
What will he have to do?
he needs to click on he needs to um click on um the link.
Yeah, if you guys can inform him what to do, guide him. That's what I told him. I said he's gonna put a links up there, the StreamYard
Yeah,
links, and you press on that, and it'll get you to get on panel.
because it says that we need to connect them mic before you can add them to the stream. He needs to
Yeah.
connect his mic.
Can somebody inform him that he needs to click on the links, the StreamYard links? For the record, click on the links that Gregory put up there, the StreamYard
Yeah,
link.
you click on the link for the record.
I can't see the chat, so
Um for
what's
the
up,
record, can
everybody
you
in
can
chat?
yeah he needs to accept the yeah he needs to accept the mic. Try again for the record. Man, I'm kind of nervous because I I never talked to him before. You know.
Yeah, he's a real good person. You know, he's been helping me in my case with the charges that I've been charged with here in Farmington, New Mexico. He's pretty knowledgeable about you know his rights and the Constitution, and that's the reason why I like to hang out with him. He's a good counsel, you know. So he's been helping me with my case and
Mhm.
a lot of help. Nice guy.
Oh yes,
He loves our
I see
freedom.
his lives a few times in lives.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I know him as I go to that once in a while, and I never know him as a person at all. I heard
yeah.
he's very nice.
Oh he is. Yeah.
To a point, if the cops bug him, then he gets pissed off. You know,
Oh
everybody
yeah.
does that.
Yeah, he doesn't even really do that at times. They don't have no right because he's just exercising his
Yeah,
first.
I know, I know.
Yeah. Then like with the Navajo cops, they don't understand the law at all. They think
Mm-hmm.
that they're above the law, as you've seen in my live. And he's going to be he's going live with his because he was static when he was there at
Yes,
Window when his
yes,
he
but
tried
oh, that's you. Okay, yes, yes, yes.
he tried going live, but his signal wasn't the carrier under his the phone that he used didn't have very good signal out there. He tried going live, but it was choppy and it was buffering
Okay,
a
let
lot.
me drop the link one more time for you. Yeah, you can go ahead and private down. Yes, you could put any name you want. You know.
You talking for the record?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's yeah.
I kind of had a hard time when I first started joining panels myself. So
Well, me it it says in my browser it's being blocked.
on your side, on your end, maybe does he have to do something to
Oh no, he's saying, oh, you need to accept it. Oh, you need to accept it. You know,
There you go. It's Tats. What's up, Tats?
Hey man, what's going on, buddy?
it just
How
for
much?
the
How
record,
much?
he's having a problem to get in my
I don't know if
StreamYard.
you if you
It says
seen.
block.
Wait, I'm hurt. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
Oh no, Greg wanted to do a panel about for the record getting arrested and being trespassed at Window Rock, the Navajo Nation
Yeah, I heard about that.
capital. Yeah. So then people have
So,
been curious.
How's he doing?
Oh, he got out yesterday. He got out yesterday.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, they charged him with. Go ahead,
he's
Greg.
supposed to get in, but it says block. Cats.
Well, who's blocked?
For the record,
It's just it's in my browser. It's being blocked. I don't know how. Try to accept it. Allow them. Allow it. You
Allow who?
for the record, the one that
know?
got arrested. He's trying
I
to call.
don't. I can't accept anybody, Gregory, because that's your StreamYard.
I can't. You block. Try one more time. For the record, it says every time he's being come in, it says block on his head.
Does he have to press something? Is there something that he has to press to unblock? Or is
No.
it,
Let me go my settings. Hold on. You know block at all? Maybe it's fine. He said he cannot get in. That's weird.
I'm not sure. He doesn't. He's probably pressing something that's not letting him in.
Try to use a different browser. The record. Try to use your Chrome.
I think he is trying to use his phone. That's all he has. I think his phone
No,
right now.
I mean, what browser are you using? Try to use Chrome. I think you're using a different browser, probably.
Mm.
Man, that sucks. You know, he got back in like the on StreamYard. It looks. Oh man, I don't know how to do on his end for corner. That I don't know how. You know.
Yeah, it should have. I'm not sure because I had a little hard time trying to get on my first time too, and
Okay.
maybe you can.
You got it's saying this. Hold on. Hold on. It's saying this. Look, let me show you. It's saying this. It's saying there's not connected. You guys know what it means?
Is that the first time you ever seen that?
Yes. I think you need to clear your try to clear your cell phone probably. You
So on your
we're
end,
trying to get go on.
on your end, is it showing that he's trying to get in?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It says he says he's not connected.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was having some internet problems.
It's saying he's not connected. on my internet because he needs to connect the he says connect the mic and the webcam.
Yeah. By the way, if I drop out again on accident, then just let me know, or just let me just give me a second because I'll come back up.
Right on. Well, let me see. Let me talk to him real quick. See what's happening on his end, Gregory.
Okay.
Yeah, because everything's working on my end right now.
Okay. I know.
See, what we just got a new router and a new Wi-Fi box, and
Hold on, man. Thanks for coming.
so it might give us a little bit of issue.
It's saying like on a private chat it says no mic or no camera. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Tats? Let's see. Hold on. You guys, it's saying no camera or no mic. That's so embarrassed. You guys bear with me. Only happened to me. Only happened to me. Oh man. Always happened to me. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell him. Tim. It's this says it was not connected.
Hey, Gregory.
Hey, he's this it's not connected, you know?
Yeah, he said he's going to try something different. He said it's saying the same thing on his end, which are exactly what you're saying about the browser.
What browser are you using? Browser, yeah.
So he said he's going to see what happens. See what he's going to try.
What browser are you using? He might use a different browser probably. Chrome. Huh. Maybe try a different one.
I think that's what he's going to try. Yeah, I got back yesterday night.
Mm-hmm.
No, not yesterday. What am I saying? Yesterday morning. You know, the Albuquerque is about three hours from here. Then from Albuquerque all the way back to Arizona, that's about another 2.5 hours. Then when he got
Mm-hmm.
arrested, that was about another hour west to get to Crown Point. That's where he was transferred to when he got arrested from Window Rock all the way to back into New Mexico. Called Crown Point. There's a little community there on the reservation, and that's where one of the main jails is at. I'm not sure if they only got about 3 jails, Navajo Nation jails,
Mm-hmm.
facilities on the reservation, but I know that there's one there in Crown Point. Then from Crown Point, New Mexico, on the reservation, I live another hour east. So I was
Try
like,
to Are you going to take any action on your behalf or about your reservation? Are you going to take any action on about what they
Yeah,
did to you?
yeah, I am. I am. They violated my rights. We didn't do nothing wrong. So she said she would arrest me if I don't leave.
That's BS.
So we didn't do nothing wrong at all. That's all we were doing is exercising our purse, and it was the same thing as the Navajo Nation Bill of Rights, and it's just that's what it's never been exposed with them with people like the outside the reservation. You know, really seeing what happens when people are just trying to stand up for their rights, and
Oh
they've,
man.
they've been. I'm pretty sure this is how they've been treating our people the same way, grabbing them and yanking them around without telling them they're under arrest or reading them the Miranda rights and just throwing them back at a panel. You seen on my video how they just snatched him up
Mm-hmm.
and without telling him he was under arrest and just threw him in the back of the was doing nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't commit no crime. We didn't both didn't do nothing wrong. They're the ones that caused the disturbance. They got upset. Their feelings got hurt because we were filming inside a public building, and they tried to tell us that we had to sign up front in order to. I even asked one of the ladies there. I said, Can you take us for a public tour?" And I guess serving the public is not important to them. Decorating is more important to them because she said she's busy over there decorating that sleigh. Then I asked another lady that was helping over there. I said, "Are you busy yourself?" Because I was going to ask her to give us a public tour too. And that's how ignorant they are. Decorating a sleigh instead of trying to help the public out who's there to gather information on our stories. And that's not what we were there for. We were there just to make sure that they're performing their duties and their jobs professionally. But they
Mm-hmm.
got offended. The cameras is what triggers them all the time. But this is the Navajo Nation, that's never been done, and they never had anybody come in there and exercise their rights, and that's how they treat the public pretty much when they don't understand that we have a right to come in and make sure that they're performing their job professionally, being transparent and accountable. So what you guys seen, it's just the way they I know they've been treating our own people the way they treated um for the record the way they threw them like they actually kidnapped them is what they did. So and just think how they treat our own people when they arrest them when they especially when they just barely resist. For the record, did nothing at all. He didn't nothing. The officer that arrested him got his feelings hurt, and they didn't have no right to put his hands on him because now they're charging him with criminal trespass
Mm-hmm.
and criminal nuisance. And you guys didn't see that there was no crime committed. That was a public. That was all public. There was a public
Mm-hmm.
building. We're in a you know, public space. That's not private property, and that's a tourist attraction too. I know a lot of people that
Oh,
see
I didn't
when
know that.
they advertise that, and it's like the capital of the Navajo Nation. So people come there, and I know they get a lot of visitors there because of that monument, the window. That's why they call it Window Rock with that hole in that rock. Seems like he's still having a hard time.
Yeah, he did. He does. He told me he can stream. Try one more time for the record. If you can, if you cannot, then I will answer the questions on the chat. Okay, bro. Try one more time. I'm going to do try one more time. Okay, for the record.
That kind of sucks that he can't get up here.
I think he needs to reset his phone.
That's what I kind of told him. You probably should turn off your phone and turn it back on.
Yeah. We set your phone, FTR. Okay? We set your phone, turn that back on because it happens.
Is Genuine Sterling still in chat? He's
Who?
here. Genuine Sterling?
I think so.
Yeah, that's my father, and he works for the community. He's a chapter official. They call it chapter houses, each community.
Ah,
And he's been wanting my help to expose all this that's going on. And these are just branches from the main office of the Navajo Nation. That's the president's office there in Window Rock. That's where his office is. And if that's going to be happening there, you know, that's how the system is being run to these smaller communities. We go by communities on the reservation, and there's a lot of communities, and they all have their own chapter to where they can meet
mhm,
and have these meetings to try to help the people within the communities. But you know,
mhm,
they don't understand that. Then they get frustrated because what the people think is that the officials that are elected that are sitting in these public offices on the Navajo reservations are the ones that are gonna do the job correctly and spend the money wisely. But it's never been like that. The people just don't understand that they put them there to help the people. They elected them to in these Navajo Nation public offices to help the people, but that's not what they're doing. They're not helpful at all. They sit there and they sit there for the money. Then the money that's given to them from the United States government, they know the people. They know the people
mhm,
don't know their rights to how they can keep an eye on the money themselves. Like what they call it the Freedom of Information Act. They know they have a right to know how much is there, how much is where is it being spent, what is it being spent on, and this is what they're taking advantage of, especially Window Rock, and what they're doing since they know that the people have a right to do this and they're not doing it is they embezzle it. You always hear about the Navajo Nation embezzling money because these officials that are sitting in these offices take it, they steal it, and they put it in their own pocket. They steal from their own people because they know people don't know. They don't know how to keep track of where the money. They know where the money's at, but they know that they don't keep track of the money, and they have a right to know, like I just
mhm.
mentioned, how much is there, where is it being spent, what is it being spent on, and it's that's why they're taking advantage of the people with all this money, and they're taking portions of it and putting it in their pocket. It's a never-ending thing on the Navajo reservation.
That's sad, you know?
hmm Like my dad, he's a little community called Pueblo Pintado, on the Navajo reservation, and
Mhm,
that's on the eastern border of the between Albuquerque and Farmington, New Mexico. That's where by Chaco Canyon, right next to Chaco Canyon. And my dad's been holding these meetings and trying to help the people, and he hasn't got. He barely told me that he finally got a check today, and they owed him 3 checks, and they didn't even today. He said he got half of the money of what in the position that he worked, and this is the way that the Navajo Nation, the tribe works, with the money situation. And like you said, it's sad. They own 3 checks, and I talked to them just a while ago, and they said that he got some. It sounds like he only got a check and a half right now, instead of the money that he worked for. And my dad, he's a public official of the Navajo Nation, and that's what he knows that what we represent, and he backs what we do, and he knows that the Navajo Nation, that how the way that the 1A works is that the same thing goes for the Navajo Nation. Like I said, called the Navajo
mhm.
Nation Bill of Rights, and it's the same freedoms of the United States Constitution. The Navajo Nation is under the federal government. The only
You
time
see,
when like a major crime happens, when somebody gets killed, a homicide, or somebody murders something, that's when only the FBI is allowed to come onto the reservation.
He's still can get up still. Wow. He's still blocked.
I don't know if he, even though he tried resetting his phone, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's try a different way. Let's try send me your email to my email. And I try to send the link to them. FTR. Here's my email address.
Maybe if you text it to him too.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh.
Let's see here. Hold on.
Yeah, that's just plain and simple. For the record, didn't commit no crime. He didn't break no laws. He didn't do nothing criminal.
It's you know what I don't how I understand. Your father is the vice president, and it's like that's what listen to him. You know?
No, he's not the vice president. That's the main. That's the main headquarters right there. Is the main office where
Oh, okay.
the president of the Navajo Nation. My dad is just a part of the branching off to where the smaller
Oh,
community.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So he's just representing our community, but that's the main headquarters of the whole Navajo Nation, where these public, and that's the Bruneigen. The way for the record said it's probably the way because he's half Vietnamese. His father is Vietnamese, and his mom's Navajo. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Then Nguyen. I think that's how for the record said that's how his name is properly pronounced. But all we know is in Navajo is Bruneigen. Nigen is the way we say it. But yeah, then it's been going on for the longest time. The way the Navajo tribe's running the system for the Navajo people, and every community is in a sad situation, pretty much. You know, we got elders that are not, that are sitting there in these meetings, and they're frustrated. And how come the tribe is not really putting an effort to help them that are in these communities, the people that elect them to be in these offices that where they're supposed to help the people back. And that's what my people don't understand. They are the ones
Mhm.
that they are in charge because their voice counts because their voice got these people elected, and what they think is that they're elected, and now they have to listen to what the the, the president and these guys that are sitting like the vice president of the Navajo Nation. It don't work like that. And even the same thing with the United States. It's not like we're the ones that we're,
Mhm.
we're the ones that are in charge, of but the White House makes all the decisions, which it's not supposed to be. They should be, you know, having the people voice their opinions on how the money should be spent and what it should be spent on.
Okay. Well, the off the record, then I'm going to ask you some questions on the chat if you see there. You know, what are you going to do next? Are you going to follow a lawsuit? What are you going to do next? What's the next move?
I talked to him earlier, and he said that he hasn't got no paperwork from his arrest
Oh
yet.
wow.
He's that's what he's waiting on, and he can go based off of what his charges were, or are pending against him. Yeah.
I feel so bad he can come up there, you know. I feel so bad, you know.
I don't know him. I don't know if it's his phone or his internet.
Are you claiming go? So what happened, huh? When is the payment gonna be for the record? What are you going to file any paperwork for you too? Are you going to do any paperwork now, or are you going to wait after the holidays, or are you going to do paperwork right away for Kona?
Oh, I want to see. I need to get the note. Go back to my. I just got back and I was tired. You know, it was a 6 round trip just to pick up
Oh yeah, I know. It
for the
gets
record
tired.
and get them back home and coming all the way back. It was like traveling around the whole, pretty much the whole north northwest of New Mexico.
You guys, I'm sorry what happened. All about I can't come up. I don't know what happened to my stream yard. I don't know why he can't come up. Guys, I apologize. You know, but in my heart, I'm sorry. You know, I feel so bad. It's never happened like that before. Oh,
Yeah, it just might be.
uh, let us know more updates for Corner.
Yeah, yeah. I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah, I'm gonna see what I can. I need to get their names and their badge numbers, and I'm gonna you know put in a complaint on, especially the guy that
I'm back, gentlemen.
ate that.
Man, sorry about that. We were having some internet issues over here, but we got it sorted out.
And
Yeah, but before the record can't come up, he's still blocked. He's blocked. You know.
Oh, yeah. Well, it happens, sometimes things happen.
Yeah,
yeah.
but I feel kind of to make my fault.
That's because he
You know?
lives out there in that real desolate Badlands in his little Adobe house somewhere.
Oh, for the record, he's not Navajo.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
he's out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Man, I've always wanted to go out there, man. New Mexico seems like a nice place to visit.
The land of enchantment is what they call it.
Yeah, where I've always wanted to go is the Painted Desert.
The Painted Desert.
Yeah, you ever hear that?
No. Where is this? Is it located in New Mexico?
Yeah, it's in New Mexico. It's called the Painted Desert. It's supposed to be beautiful. It's like a national park or something.
I heard about that.
Have you? Yeah, I've always wanted to go out that way. I haven't spent a lot of time in that area. I mean, I've been all over the place, but I've never been out to Arizona. I've always wanted to go out there.
Oh,
wait, where are you from, Four Corner? You're from where?
Right there, Chaco Canyon. Chaco Canyon is like maybe about 7 miles east of the actual Chaco Canyon site.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's right there, right in the middle between of Albuquerque and Farmington, New Mexico.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live right on the border of the eastern side of the Navajo Nation. The borderline is just right there.
Yeah, actually, I was just watching a interesting little documentary about these guys going out for gold, looking for gold in the up in Canada somewhere. But there was a native, a First Nation young lady helping them out, trying to find the location of this gold that this I can't remember which tribe it was from, but they this guy who was he was what they called back then a half-breed is what they called him, and according to the records they were talking about, and he apparently put a curse on the gold, saying that anybody tries to find his gold, because they hung him because some guy tried to find his gold and he shot him, and then he got hung for it, but right before he hung he put a curse on it, and since then no one's ever been able to find it again.
Really interesting.
So yeah, pretty interesting. And the pictures that show the gold that this is in this guy's hand is about the size of like golf balls. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And but I got you, Gregory. Got replaced with tats. Who got replaced with tats? Nobody got replaced with tats.
Oh, if we ladies if you are here, make tats. Yeah, that new people come. The ladies of Arctic, the lady chat. Tats. They're good people.
No, who? I don't know who you're talking about.
It's the lady of RTOK.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm
Yeah,
just I'm
it's good
just
people,
chilling.
new
I'm just
faces.
chilling.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm just chilling out, man. So, what you up to, Four Corner? You up to anything?
Oh, not right now. I just
Just working?
working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Greg, you wanted to do this small interview with for especially for the record because he's the one that
yeah,
got arrested.
Right.
I
And,
feel I feel so embarrassed. I feel it's my fault.
No, I don't think so. I think you just have issues with. He's just got some internet issues over there where he's at right now, and it's no big deal. Things happen sometimes.
we can always set another time. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
no
yeah,
big
true,
deal.
yeah, yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, things
Maybe on the
happen, Greg.
computer.
You know how that goes, man. You've seen that kind of thing happen before. It's no big deal.
Yeah, that's like I was telling Gregory. What they charge him with criminal trespass and criminal nuisance, and no way did he commit no crime. He did not
Oh
commit
no,
that
Where
crime.
where
I feel
was he?
I know.
Where was he when he got arrested? I have to look at the video, but where was he when he
Over at
got arrested?
the window, the main office of the president of the Navajo Nation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, that's all public.
Interesting.
You know.
So it was reservation police that got him.
Yeah. Hmm.
Wow, interesting. That's
Yeah, that's what.
interesting.
That's what everybody's saying. It's interesting. That doesn't say that that any race is allowed there. It's public. It's all public. Like I know it's they're under the federal government,
Right.
and yeah, so it's
Yeah,
nothing.
that's a unique situation though, and I know what you educated people on is the Navajo Nation actually has I mean it's a replica, let's face it, of the Constitution, really. I mean
Hmm.
it has some of the wording is a little different, but it's pretty much all the same. I mean,
Right,
I haven't
right,
noticed a big difference, between the two documents, and I looked at it pretty good, and yeah, I mean, I don't see, especially when it comes to the First Amendment. I mean,
right, right,
so yeah, it's crazy how that all works, and
True, James.
right. Yeah, that's
I actually just saw an attorney talk about something like that about the prior warning thing, the trespassing side, but then I saw somebody get a charge with resisting arrest, and they said that could still be a primary charge, which I find really odd. How can you be charged with resisting arrest if you did not commit a crime before that in order to get arrested, right? I mean, that would make sense, I think.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, why were you being arrested in the first place? And if you weren't being arrested for a crime at all,
What can you
then
resist?
shouldn't you have why couldn't you resist?
Yeah.
It's just strange. I was watching a few videos on this thing called Police Badge Cam. It's a interesting little site that shows different scenarios, and they're not really biased one way or the other. It doesn't seem. It just shows things as they happened, and it's interesting some of the stuff that come up in the auditing world and also come up in just everyday arrests as well. But it is
Mhm.
interesting to see cops interact with people who don't know their rights too. I find myself a lot of times screaming at the screen, like, well, what the fuck why are you letting that guy just go through your shit? And there's no reason for them to go. I saw a cop run into a house after a guy. They had no probable cause to enter the house. They had no search warrant or anything, and they yanked him out of his house and arrested him.
Yeah, I see a lot of those videos.
Yeah.
Daily those videos are coming out.
What's that?
You see those on a daily basis, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. And
Hmm.
what do you think the problem is, Four Corners? What do you think? What do you think it is?
Yeah,
What do you think the problem? Do you think it's poor training? Do you think it's they don't care? What do you think? Or maybe a combination of both?
Yeah,
Or
it's all that, and plus, they know that they don't have the money to get an attorney that's going to fight for them, and it's hard to get
right,
any attorney to fight for you at all. And it's all about money. It comes all the way back to money. And
Let-
it's a system to where it's about money for the these systems that like what I'm going through. That's what they wanted me to do is struggle with with
right.
all this what I'm going through and spend
And they'll keep
money
doing
and
it until you give up.
right and then
Yeah.
they a lot of people just pretty much give up
Because they
and
can financially ruin you.
hmm
That's what they could do, or basically put you incarcerated until you can't do anything anyway. I mean, your whole channel will just die pretty much. I mean, if you're not there to make content or whatever.
right.
So they're just doing what they
That's
do.
that's what they tried with me. They thought I was gonna go away, or they thought that arrest was gonna scare me to
Right.
stop doing it, and they thought I was just gonna plea with just pay, uh paying a fine.
Hmm.
But I had to get rid of the public defender and show them that I'm gonna stand up for my rights.
That's
And
Yeah,
now,
true.
hard life.
True.
Hard life. I think you're true about. I think you're right about that, man. I think it's outdated training. It's a lot like the military training. Like when I was going through, it was like all training from like Vietnam era type deal. And
yeah,
then because we were still watching videos from like the Vietnam era for training purposes, and then so you're right. Their training probably does come from around the 80s. Is probably where all their curriculum comes from, right? I mean, what you think? And Merry Christmas, news, NW Press 2.
also press two.
Yeah, Press 2, Press 3, Press
Okay.
4. Testing 1.
Yeah, they got swarm call when that happened because Direct D came into my live and he did a live on
Oh,
his.
he did?
Yeah, Direct D. Yeah, he kind of keeps an eye on my channel because I met him when it came to that McKinley incident when uh, James Freeman, Pigs Under Pressure, Tempe Against
Mm.
Police Violence, and himself, Direct D, Reluctant Prophet, and they were all in Gallup to help another Navajo that was going through, you know, uh,
Now, do you have to be a member of the nation in order to be a police officer on your lands or not?
no, I don't think so because I know that the sergeant or the chief is he's Caucasian. I don't know if he still is. I know this was a couple years back.
Well, you don't know how many powwows that I went to where the a lot of folks were as white as the day is long. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, but then again, there are some people that look Caucasian that still have enough blood, I guess, to be a part of the nation. Is that right? I mean, I think it is.
yeah, they call it a certificate of Indian blood. And
Right,
right now, I don't know what the percentage is that 50% or a
right,
quarter to where you because I got a CIB they call it, and I'm 100% Navajo,
right.
and but
And that's becoming more and more rare, though, nowadays, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's just yeah, 'cause I found out a couple of years ago. My uncle did a little bit of searching into our history, and he found out that my mother's side, her dad was half Pueblo, Hamus Pueblo,
Oh, really?
and he had a Pueblo name and he had a Navajo name, and
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So then we found out that I got a little bit of Pueblo in my blood. So
Now, do you have a Navajo name, sir?
no, not that I no, I don't.
Like, how
No,
do you get one? Are you just born with it? Because see, this is what I read. I read that names are normally just given to you at birth, and it's just your name. It's just not like somebody put you in a. Because you always hear the rumor, "Oh, I went through an Indian ceremony, and they gave me an Indian name,"
yeah,
And yeah, and from what I've read, because at one time I was pretty interested in the culture of First Nation Native American folks, and I learned quite a bit. And one of the things that I read was it's not just like oh, you're one who walks with wolves, just because it's just
yeah.
it's not like that. It's
No,
you're
no.
named a certain thing, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, there's when you're growing up, if your hair was bushy, they'll name you the bushy hair in the
Now
Navajo.
that would be more like a nickname, though, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's a nickname that'll stick. There's still a lot of people my age that got nicknames because you know, their personality or the way they dress or the way they, you
Right.
know, just the just who they are and how they represent themselves.
I think if I was Navajo, they would just call me shit NATO or something. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. People got they got it's almost like a child, you know, when they growing up as you know when they first something that the parents notice right away or the uncle or you know the grandparents and they go name them that
right.
and it's, everybody else was just that's a good name, you know, just and the
Yeah,
name sticks, you know. So
but your birth name is still your birth name. You're not changing that to like something cool, like I'm Mister. I'm Warrior Mountain from
I gotta I guess I can call myself fist in the air, right?
That's right. You are. No, I want to change your name to Thunderfist. That sounds better to me.
There you go.
Thunderfist, ho, like Thundercats.
I remember those little cartoon shows.
I used to love Thundercats, man.
Yeah, you read a lot of shows that I remember that when I grew up in what I was
Well,
born
how
in
how
80,
young of a man are you, sir?
I was born in 81 and 40,
81.
40
Okay, we're
yeah,
not too far apart.
yeah,
Not too far apart. Yeah, you're slightly. I mean, you're a bit younger than me, but I mean, I could have held you and rocked you as a baby when I was old enough to do that back in those
right,
days, but not too much. I mean, I wasn't an adult when you were born yet. You know.
yeah,
I grew up in mostly the 70s and most of the 80s, and then I entered into my adulthood in the 90s, more or less. So,
gotcha.
yeah. So, and then Gregory, I think he helped Noah build the ark or something like that. Uh,
Yeah, that's the reason why Gregory wanted to, you know, wanted to go live today with me, not for the record, but just didn't work
yeah,
out
man.
today.
Yeah,
For
But I'll
the
tell you what, Gregory, you're talking to one of the guys that I respect the most in the auditing side of things. He has such a great approach to what he does. I mean, he's backed with facts most of the time, and I'm not going to say all the time because nobody's always perfect all the time.
yeah,
But most of the time he's fine. And I'm not saying that I looked at him and go, okay, there's that one time. I'm just saying that for just to keep myself from making a
yeah,
mistake, saying he's always perfect because he's probably not, just like the rest of us.
exactly. Tat, you brought that up. You know, and I didn't start just to be a big channel, the greatest or the best at it. I just know I have a right to do it.
Right.
And you know I'm still learning as I go, and you know and I've before I did it I just didn't, you know, I seen one or you know just seen it and oh I'm just going to do this to just to make content, and you know I knew I needed to do it because it needed to be done here in this in this town that I live because it's terrible, and after a while I knew it needed to be done on the Navajo Nation too
Let me
because
ask you a question. What have you exposed other than somebody violating your right to record in public? Have you ever exposed anything other than that?
no it's all been about just the public servants, you know.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah,
interested in that too. Like, I know sometimes through auditing you catch something else. You know what I mean?
yeah,
There's something else that you might catch that would go otherwise unknown or unthought about until it's was brought up. Like I have an example of that. Like in certain buildings, you are supposed to, I don't know if it's where you're at, but in some places you have to show an ID before you get through the security area in order to go through to some other publicly accessible areas. Otherwise, but only if you show an ID, right? And
mhm,
I maintain that an ID or a driver's license costs money, right? So
right,
in order to access that part of your government, you have to pay a fee essentially. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So that's not equal rights for everyone because not everybody hypothetically would be able to always afford an ID, even though a small amount or it is, or maybe even make it to the location to get said ID. You know what I mean? Because
mhm,
everybody has different circumstances in their life. And so these people who won't have an ID, then what do they do?
right, right. You know,
Just,
just like
you know,
they have a right to go in there without an ID. What's you know, how are they gonna? be able to, like you said, it doesn't
I
work
would
that
I
way.
would like to see that tested. And I've seen it tested before, but I would like to see somebody challenge it by saying, "Look, I don't have an ID. So what do I do then?"
Like in my situation, will the CIB work?
Maybe. How about a trophy from like Little League Baseball or something? I don't know. It might have your name on it.
Mark, can you drop natural fit link, please? And um SW Northwest 2 link, please, because I don't know how to do on a cell phone.
You don't have your computer working right now anymore?
No, if I use it, it goes slow.
Oh,
You know,
right.
I have to reboot it.
Who do you use for your internet? Is it Spectrum or who is it?
It's Spectrum.
Spectrum? Yeah, you should call them and tell them that it's running slow.
Oh, I've been calling. Yeah, I've been calling them.
Well, I know that they have a new router and then some new equipment they've been advertising.
Oh, I
maybe
checked it a month ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I don't know.
No, I think it's because of because I have to delete a lot of videos, a lot of ramps I have. I have a lot of things in my computer I don't use.
You're right about that, for the record. That is interesting that you say that. The Bible, there used to be a thing called a family Bible. And a lot of times they would write your name down in that family Bible. And a lot of older generations, even in my family, have or used to have some of those Bibles. I remember them. And yeah, it was called a family Bible.
And can you drop tax too? Please, like his name. Anyone who's new here doesn't know tax. He's one of my mods.
I'm nothing but trouble, though. I'm nothing but trouble. You don't want to look. I'm just nothing but trouble.
Can you drop Four Corner 2 and tax? And anybody who doesn't know that,
I'm obsessed with Fraud Wrangler. And I mean, what I do is I cover mostly Stolen Valor right now, apparently involving one guy. I'm sick and tired of it, by the way. I don't even want to do it anymore, really. I'm kind of
don't do it then.
I'm kind of burned out from it, to be honest with you. But I still see you know what though? When is it time to say, you know what? He's just an asshole and I'm not going to be able to get him to admit to anything. But then if you give up, that's when his lies continue because you don't think anybody's watching him anymore. Yeah, so maybe I drop one every once a month or something instead of every fucking day.
And you guys don't forget, drop Network Freak. I'm going to interview him next Thursday. Drop his thing and please up to him.
Nitro, are you familiar with Fraud at Wrangler? Is he familiar with him?
That's the guy I'm going to interview him.
Nitro? Well, Nitro, yeah. And can I explain it to him just real quick because I don't know that he's familiar with it.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Nitro. You retired from what? You said the Army? So I was in the Army as well.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he said he's not familiar with them. So we have this guy. He is an anti-auditor guy. Okay. Wait. He's saying yes. I think he's saying yes. He was in the Army. So
okay.
So he's an anti-auditor channel, and his channel's name is called Fraud at Wrangler. Okay. And so Fraud at Wrangler claimed to be a combat wounded veteran. He also claimed that he did 3 tours in Afghanistan. He was an MP with 13 years. Yeah, I'm reading Hard Life too, but I'll get back to that. So he claimed all these things, and when we finally found his records, his military records, we pulled his military records, and we found out that he tried to do basic training twice, and he failed 2 times. So he never did any of what he said. But to make things worse, that's what he built his channel on. He made up a bunch of lies, and a lot of people, you know how folks are when they hear that you're a combat wounded veteran. Of course they want to support you. Of course they want to donate money to you and things like that. And so he built quite the following based on those lies. And I was the very first channel that exposed him on that. And now there's a lot of channels out there that expose him. But not to mention the fact that he also was charged with the murder of an actual disabled veteran named Donald Atwater Cameron. And Donald Atwater Cameron was murdered in the year 2009. Yeah, home of the frauds. Well, this guy also was claiming to be stationed in Fort Bragg at one point, if that not for nothing, but that's what he was. So anyway, to make a long story short, that's what he is. He's just a piece of garbage. He was charged with capital murder of Donald Atwater Cameron, and they had to dismiss the charges because they failed to apprise him of all the charges or the details of the charges against him. And apparently that's a get out of jail free card, I guess. But now apparently they're reopening the case. He's the only suspect still, and they're looking at putting his ass back in the old can. So you will not have to do that, sir. We've done all of that work for you. We know that he was never an MP, but just on the 15th of this month, he claimed to have attended MP school. Just throwing that out there. He said he attended MP school as recent as the 15th. So he's still maintaining that he was a military police officer. So just throwing that out there. If that doesn't infuriate you, I don't know what does. I remember somebody trying to impersonate a medic one time, and I almost lost my complete shit. So if somebody's claiming to do what you did, I would be out of my mind.
Yeah,
He said he went to Fort Leonard Wood.
yeah. Father Wrangler thought he said he was telling his viewers that Navajo Nation is a state within a state.
Right. Right. Yeah, Wrangler is he's just, oh God, this guy is he's just a shit show after a shit show after a shit show. Is all
Yeah,
everything that comes out of his mouth is just stupidity or a lie.
yeah. Then he said that the First Amendment doesn't apply on the Navajo reservation. You know, and it's yeah, he's this one inbred black-eyed child. You know, he looks like a black-eyed child to me. You know,
He's just so infuriating to listen to. And it's just the fact that, look, a lot of us that served in the military have a lot of good friends that got injured or even killed during combat. And Wrangler claimed 2 Purple Hearts at one time. Now, in fact, he did eventually said he didn't have any Purple Hearts, but even after that, he still claimed to be a combat wounded veteran, and he's still claiming that he was an MP. He says that he didn't just attend basic training twice, which is what we have as DD-214s for. He said that now he attended a top secret basic training. Well, I'm here to tell you, that doesn't exist. There's no such thing as top secret basic training. Yeah, there's no secret squirrel basic training out there. Basic training is basic training. They don't just go, oh, you know what? That guy right there, that guy's going in with a special kid basic training. That's not how it works, man. That's just not how it works. So
okay, now to put the next swap.
Yeah, Tats, if you don't know, for the record, you know, he's got great content on his channel. You know, he's pretty well.
Oh, I know for the record. Yeah, he's a veteran, because I see that he has a national defense medal right there.
Okay, I think
what's up, brother? How you doing? Thank you for coming up.
What's going on, Greg?
Yeah. What'd you do for the record? You were infantry?
I started out as an 11 Bravo, and then back in my time, they had the Bear program where you could reclass. I reclassed from 11 Bravo infantry over into the MP Corps.
Oh, well, shit.
But I always love those guys you come across that super secret squirrels.
Oh, yeah.
Space shuttle door gunners.
Yeah, I was a
I
space shuttle door gunner. You didn't know that?
Yeah, I retired here out of Fort Bragg. We have home of the Special Forces, Delta Force right here. You walk into any fucking bar, everybody was a Green Beret.
I had
Everybody's
a belt fed. I used a belt fed crossbow is what I used.
belt fed crossbow. I like that one.
Yep, that's what I had. I had a belt fed crossbow, and I fired tracer bolts with the crossbow. It was, I was a ninja assassin. I had a ninja tab. Did you have a ninja tab?
Oh, everybody had one of them. Everybody.
Everybody, especially when you go through the secret basic training. You know.
Oh, I always love hearing that, you know.
That basic training, I guess, is at Area 51, I assume.
Well, that's why I was asking in the chat if the guy was an MP, if he happened to say where he went to his training. In Fort Leonard Wood, that is home of the MP Corps.
Right. And he knows that because he was a military brat. So,
well, here's the thing with Stolen Valor. So, have you ever heard of the Guardians of the Green Beret?
Oh, yeah. I actually use them to out wrangle.
Okay, everybody's very, very familiar with the
Guardians. I'm familiar with Steve.
So yeah, I come from a family of special forces.
Right.
So I'm very, very up to par with a lot of the Stolen Valor channels in the realm of YouTube. And
for the record, was Navy? I didn't realize. Okay, sorry about that. But go ahead.
The funny thing about Stolen Valor today is it's very hard to catch a lot of these guys nowadays, because the one big problem that we have with a Google search, you can Google search anything, and if you read it enough, you can make yourself sound very legit. And that's what a lot of these guys do. You could search MOSs, you can search everything from tier 1 operators on down the line, and you know, that's what a lot of these guys do online nowadays.
Right.
I run across them all the time.
Yeah.
You know, your military records are Freedom of Information Act, Soldier Sailor Act. You can request that shit anywhere.
But you know what was interesting is Fraud at Wrangler, or his real name is Michael Kaiser, right? And you can look him up. If you looked up Michael William Kaiser and Alabama murder, you will see those charges that I was talking about earlier. You'll see his mugshots and everything. But the thing is, he was okay. So I was a medic. I was, and back when I first signed up, I was a 91 Bravo, which is now there's 68 whiskeys, but I was a 91 Bravo back then. And I was a part of an infantry unit. I was with the 25th Infantry Division. And Electric Strawberries, they called us, you know. And we
wasn't that out of Schofield Barracks?
Yep,
in Hawaii?
old Schofield, yeah, absolutely. Yep,
gotcha.
yep. I'm the original Magnum PI. But anyway, as a matter of fact, that was my MOS, Magnum PI. But anyway, so he started talking about, listen to this shit. He was talking about that one day, he, in the merry month of whatever, he was in Afghanistan just tooling around in a military convoy. Now think about this, in a combat zone, rocking it at 70 miles an hour. Okay? 70
first
miles.
Of all, show me a military vehicle that's even capable of reaching those.
Exactly. So
because the Humvee sure the hell ain't gonna do it.
Right.
And LMTV ain't gonna do it. Neither will the MRAPs or the ASVs.
Right. So if you're dropping it out of the back of a C-130, maybe, or a C-5, but other than that, probably not. Right. And so or you're going downhill and somebody's pushing you from behind. But so what happened to him, this is one of his actual stories that I have on my channel that I talk about a lot. And this is how I first realized he was absolutely full of shit. I always thought he was a little bit full of shit, but this time I knew he was full of shit. And that's when I first started making my videos about him, because what he said was when he was struck with an RPG as he calls it, to the grill of his vehicle, it went from 70 miles an hour to 0 miles an hour in less than a second. And it pushed the engine back exactly 8 inches, because everybody knows that when you get hit with an RPG in a combat zone after you were just traveling 70 miles an hour to 0 miles an hour, you get out immediately and measure how far the fucking engine was knocked back. But then he said that his only injury, now anybody that's ever been in a car accident knows, if you were traveling at that rate of speed and you came to that stop, you would have more than just one injury. But no. You would be a fool if you thought that about Kaiser, because he only had a broken tibia. And he didn't just have a broken tibia, but it was an oblique fracture. So it was a diagonal break. And then he also had a linear fracture going down the shaft of his bone. But because
Did he ever say what year he was in Afghanistan? Because I have a few tours.
Don't ask for details. No, sir. Don't talk about details. Come on, are you kidding me? There's no details with this guy. He was in Tora Bora, though, he said.
The reason why I asked, because at some point in time in Afghanistan, after a certain year, same thing when I was in Iraq,
right.
everything went to up armors. Okay.
Right.
When I went to Iraq into Baghdad during the initial push in 2003. We were still rocking soft troop top carriers.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
we were still wearing Vietnam fucking flak vests. Okay, the Interceptor bulletproof vests weren't out back then. Nothing had ballistic glass.
Right.
But everything from like 2006, 2007 on up, before they pulled all forces out, everything was mandated to be up armored for that specific reason. So I always like when I hear a lot of guys say that, oh, my vehicle was struck by an RPG, it blew it up. Look, an RPG will bounce off an up armor like it was a tin can being thrown at it. So I find it very hard to believe that he was even injured if he was in an up armor. Now, a soft top troop carrier, the old M998s,
right?
Okay, 4 doors, even the turtle shells.
Right.
Or even the medic ambulances.
Right.
Okay?
The FLAs. Yeah.
The FLHs from, back in the day.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. An RPG would fuck those up hands down.
Right.
But
I remember the little thing on the top of them that you say no step, like where you can't even step on the motherfucker, it'll crack.
Well, that's because those like the hoods on them were they were fiberglass hoods.
Yeah, I remember that.
You couldn't sit on them, you couldn't step on them.
No, they were fragile.
Yeah, it's you come across a lot of these guys, and you know how you always catch them is when
the devil's in the details.
When it's not even that, it's when they start talking to actual vets that been in Afghanistan, been in Iraq. Those of us that have retired, most of us.
Well, that wasn't even my case. My case was the fact that I just have medical knowledge, right? And he said that after he fractured his tibia, he was out on patrol and did not know that he had a fractured tibia, which had 2 fractures in it, for 3 weeks. And he was wearing full battle rattle out there conducting combat operations. And he had no idea that he had a fractured tibia, okay? But then he went to go see the medics in what he calls, now he doesn't have a clue about what a battalion aid station is, apparently, or a cash unit is. He said he went over to the med shed. Well, everybody knows that. That's what you call it, the med shed, right? I mean, shit, I worked in the med shed. No, battalion aid station, stupid. But anyway, he went over there and he said that he went to go see not a PA, not a regular doctor. He went to go see a Dr. Light. You heard me right. He said Dr. Light. He went to go see a Dr. Light, and the Dr. Light looked at him and said, "Wrap it up, Kaiser. You just sprained your ACL," with no examination, no x-rays, no CAT scan, nothing, no MRI, not CAT scan, MRI, none of that. Just wrap it up and return to duty, sir. No profile.
That would have never happened. That would have never happened.
He said the only reason why he was forced to go the med shed route was because he was walking. And I'll tell you what, I don't know about you, but my first sergeant was infatuated with watching me in the shower. Okay. Because his first sergeant apparently was, because his first sergeant came up to him and he saw Kaiser in the shower and he goes, Hey, Kaiser, you need to get that leg checked out. Nope. You need to go get that leg checked out by the medics right now. And so that's when he finally realized that his leg was fractured by the magic RPG. And by the way, as you know, and I was assuming you would say you would back me up on this, maybe, right? So when the enemy attacks with, say, a weapon like an RPG at an initial ambush, right? Usually some other fire or some other action takes place after that, right?
Oh, always.
Exactly.
First,
that's just your classic ambush. Yeah.
First, you get a couple of RPG rounds come in, and there's always small arms fire after.
Right. He mentions none of that. He also mentions no other casualties in the vehicle with him. And everybody knows that you don't drive a military vehicle just by yourself, solo dolo. You have a TC, and in the very least, you have a TC and a driver, at the very least. But he mentions none of that.
You're always going to have a driver and a TC, and you're not going to leave the wire with just one person like that. That is fucking unheard of. That doesn't happen in combat.
No. I mean, it's drilled into you from the time you are in basic training. You always have your battle buddy, right? Yeah. But anyway, to make a long story short, that's been my chew toy for the last like 3 or 4 months now. And this guy, just a couple after he's been outed, we have another guy named MSG retired. He's a retired Master Sergeant MP, and he's also a Stolen Valor type. It does those types of videos, and he even picked up Kaiser's story and vetted him as the fake he is. And Kaiser just the other day said he went to MP school when he did not even pass basic training 2 times. And I'll tell you, it even gets better. 2 reasons why he didn't pass basic training. Everybody knows shin splints are common in basic training, and that's no big deal. If you did a try and something went wrong, there's no shame in that. If something legitimately happened to you, I would shake your hand and say, hey man, look, thanks for trying. You gave it your best shot. That's more than what most people do, right? But no, he went out and lied about it. But then the first time he tried basic training was due to a bee sting. He left because he got stung by a damn bee. It wasn't an allergic reaction, by the way. It was just the fact that he was, oh God, a bee stung me. I need to get out. I need to go home. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a lot doesn't add up with that guy. But I'd like to find out what year he supposedly came into the military. Because I will tell you this.
I have his DD-214. I have his DD-214 and everything. I think his first attempt was in 98, and he got out in like 99-ish or something. He did 11 months as a holdover, apparently, or something along those lines. He was in basic training for a good period of time the second time around. And somebody, Master Sergeant retired, was saying that, and it makes sense to me, is that if he was injured during his basic training, they may have kept him on a medical hold until he healed up enough.
Yeah, he would have been a holdover.
Yeah, a holdover. That's what I'm saying. Buffing floors, being a floor buffer ranger is what he was.
Yeah.
So yeah, a CQ guy, whatever. He's probably just doing CQ all the time, buffing floors, whatever they wanted him to do.
He'd have been buffing floors, pulling KP, pulling CQ.
Right.
He'd have been doing all the extra duty shit.
Absolutely. By the way, the stupidest thing I ever had to do, it was an AIT. I had to flip red rocks that were bleached by the sun on one side and turn them over to the darker side around a flagpole. That was so stupid. But anyway, I still have that complaint. So
if you were a medic, you would have been in Texas, probably.
Yeah, San Antonio, Fort Sam.
Fort Sam, Houston. Yeah.
Yep, Fort Sam. Yep. Right next to Lackland Air Force Base, because we saw those nerds running around too. San Antonio was great. But anyway, Gregory, I have to jump off. It's a pleasure meeting you, sir. If you want to see my channel, it's called Troll Auditing the Trolls. and it's pretty much Kaiser's been my bitch for the last couple months.
Yeah, have somebody drop your link so I can check out your channel.
Yeah, you sure.
Your moms, can you drop? Oh, well, you could do that, Tats.
Yeah, I can drop it. Let me drop it like it's hot. I might drop it like it's lukewarm, but
yeah, do that. I'll definitely check you out. But Greg, hey, I gotta hop down off of here too because I got my granddaughter with me. I just wanted to come up and say hello. You know, I've been surfing around in your lives for a while, but I've never actually got to speak with you or anybody. And I know you've been coming into a lot of my lives lately, so I do appreciate that. But I'll definitely, you'll definitely see me more often, my man.
I'll drop you one of my Kaiser videos, so that way you'll see what Kaiser's all about. You know, so
yeah, I would love to see who this guy is.
I'll put his RPG story in there for you. I'll find one that has a good RPG story for him, and that way.
Does he have a channel as well where he talks about this shit?
Yes, Fraud at Wrangler, but he's actually since taken down all of his videos where he talks about his military shit. And I also, in this video that I'm going to drop the link for, it's Master Sergeant Retire also calling him out at the same time. So I have a little clip of him in there as well, so that way you can get the best of both worlds on that. Let me drop the link real quick. Wait. Why? Here, I'll just drop it in the private chat for you, okay?
Gotcha.
That way you can pick it up. Okay, here it is. Right there. That's my channel there. And that's the Kaiser one of the Kaiser's videos for you. So
directly on the plate or try to make the little thing spin around.
Definitely, I'll check that out.
All right, man. Hey, guys, I appreciate it. Gregory, it's always a pleasure, man. And if you need anything else, just give me a call, man.
Okay.
Send me an email or whatever. Yep. All right, buddy.
Okay, thanks.
Well, Gregory, I appreciate you having me up. I'm gonna hop down. I got my granddaughter. I got to keep an eye on her. I just wanted to come out here. I was checking my emails and stuff real quick. I saw that you were on, so I wanted to pop in real fast, say hello. But we'll talk more, buddy.
Okay, one of the months. Can you drop on Nature Freak link? He's a very good live.
All right, you take it easy. I'll talk to you soon, Greg.
Okay, see you. Bye.
All right, later, sir.
See you. Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna talk more about the more of the for the record. Hopefully by then he will get his phone. You know, his phone be better that time. You know. I'm sorry, guys. The topic went down here. I apologize for that. You know. I'm going to end this, guys, because I have to go to another live. I have to go. They invite me. They have a link on my post. It's called Talking with Jeff. It's on my post. Let's hop in and say hi to her, and I'm going to post a couple channels on my link later on. Please subscribe, people. You know. You guys, you take it easy. You have a nice Christmas time. And tomorrow, I'm going to have karaoke on Christmas. Tomorrow. I'm going to post it later on my I'm going to post it later on. You guys, you take care, and thank you for coming in. And thanks for dropping in Four Corner and for the record. Thank you for coming in. Maybe someday your internet will be fixed. You know. You guys, peace out. Love you guys. And don't forget to film the police. Bye-bye. You're welcome, my friend.